And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Ndo and welcome to my Kid and IT session. I am back. So last time we ended on question 5.2. Remember I said I'll just make sure that I shorten these questions for my learners because I know that they don't like to do long things, or whenever they see a lot of hours on that video they just get demotivated. So now we are going to proceed. Last time we did the table and the form. We did tables right there in access and the form. We ended on 5.2. I'm going to proceed right here on 5.3. Let's get down to the main business and stop all this chatting, ladies and gentlemen. They said we must open the query 5_3 based on the TBL animals table in design view. Now there we are going to modify the query to create a list of all animals that originated from Africa and belong to the carnivore group. And then we must display only the animal and the status fields. Okay, so we must display only two fields right there. Let's get down to it. They said 5_3, so I guess it's this query. So I'm going to open in this, and then what I like to emphasize to my learners is always make sure that you read your data right there, the information that is on your tables, go through it and try to understand whatever is happening right there. And we can see here we have the animal, origin, status, and the group. And then let's go back to our design view. Now we are down. Let's see what is required of us. Modify the query to create a list of all animals that originated from Africa. So let's see the origin. Let's go back to our access. We have origin right there. So I believe right there on the criteria we have to outline that we will only want to display Africa on origin. So right there under the origin field, we are going to type Africa, just like that. Let's run to our datasheet view, and as we can see right there on origin, we now only have Africa. Let's go back to design view, and then we'll just proceed. They said the originated in Africa and then belong to the carnivore group, so we must make sure that we just type carnivore right there. Let's see, where are we going to type it? Is it on group? I would like to believe that we are going to focus on the group criteria. Let's just confirm. Let's run back. Let's see. Oh, group right there, we have carnivore, herbivore. So let's just make sure that we type carnivore right there on the criteria because they said and. Let's see. And so they did not say or, they said and, so we must make sure that we type it right there. So I'm going to type right there on the group criteria. I'll say carnivore, and then boom, I hope the spelling is right there. Let's see, let's confirm, and then it will display like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have origin Africa, and then the group is carnivore. What else did they want? They said we must display only the animal and the status field, so we must not display all those other ones. We have 4 of them right there, so we'll go back to design view, and they said we must only display the animal, so it must be ticked. The origin, they did not mention anything about it. The status, yes, they want that one to display. The group, they did not mention anything about it, so we just untick right there. Don't delete it, just make sure that you just untick right there. So we'll leave it like that, and then let's run and see. Oh, we have animal and then status. Let's see, animal and status. So just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just get all our 3 marks right there in the back. Boom, just like that. Now let's proceed. I hope that was clear to each and every person that is watching this video. My main aim is to make sure that you guys understand all these things and you get them. You don't just answer these things, I hate it when I just answer questions and then the learners don't understand how we apply all these things. So you just have to understand the instructions that are there, read them. Don't read the question to answer it, read it to understand it, and then that way it will be much easier for you to answer the question. Now let's move to 5.4. Open the query 5_4 based on the TBL animals table in design view. Let's do that. Do we have it? Yes, it's right there. That's the query. Stayed in design view. Let's see what's there. Oh, we have this. Let's see now what they want. They said we must modify the query to display a list of animals. Okay, so with the status endangered, okay, and a lifespan of less than 20 years, or where no population size has been captured. And I like to outline to my learners most of the times, make sure that you break down the question. Most of these questions, they make them long for you guys, or the instructions are just a lot, just to try and confuse you guys to see if you can handle it. So make sure that you break down the questions in that exam. So in this case, I'll start with the first one. So I'll make sure that it displays with the status endangered. So I'll go to my data sheet view to see where can I find all those things. They say the status must be endangered, the status. So it means I'll locate the status field right there. In this case, it's here. I can already see endangered right here. So I'll just make sure that I go back to design view. So I'm just checking. Remember what I said, always observe or analyze your table. So I'll go back to my design view where it says status right there. I'll just try to locate the criteria for the status field and then type in endangered right there. Whatever they wanted, that's what they wanted. So they said we must apply that. Let's see, let's run. Oh, we have that so far. And then I'll go back to design view. So please just make sure that you see or note down whatever we are doing here. Don't get it twisted or get confused in the exam. Most of these questions, they repeat them. So make sure that you are really paying attention, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, we applied the first one. We are breaking this down. We applied endangered, and they said and. This is very important. I like to say that it's always in capital letters to try and outline to you that this is an and, not an or. So in this case, we are going to say and a lifespan of less than 20 years. So let's see. Oh, we have lifespan right there. Let's see the data sheet view. It's numbers, so we can apply the greater than, less than if we want to here. Right there on the criteria, I'm just going to say, is it greater than? Which one is the greater than sign? I like to outline to my learners that your right hand, if you are right-handed, is greater than the left hand. So greater than sign is the right hand. Less than sign, it's your left hand. And the other way, some learners like to say that, no, sir, you know how you can do it when you are writing on your book, you write from the left to the right when you are writing, so you are going to the greater side. So I always enjoy those sessions with my learners. So let me just proceed and let me stop with all this chatting, blah, 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 blah. No. So I'll say less than 20. In this case, I'm saying it must be less than 20. Am I saying equals to 20? Let's see the instructions. What did they say right there? Less than. They did not say equals to. They said a lifespan of less than 20 years. So it must be less than. So in this case, you can also say, let's just try this and see if it works before I can come up with another one. So we can see here we have less than 20. That's good. And we can also say, I think less than, let's see, less than equals to what? 19, this way, so that we also include the 19 right there. And when you're doing this, you always start with the sign and then you indicate the equal sign. So you start with the greater than or less than and then equal sign. Don't start with the equal sign and then say greater than or less than. No. So in this case, I'll just run and still it will show me the same information to show that we are on the right track. So both of them, they would work. And then in this case, let's go back to our instructions. And then we applied the first one, the second one, where no population size has been captured. Oh, okay. What are they talking about here? Remember what we always say, no question formed against us shall prosper. None of them. So let's go back. So they said where no population size has been captured. So this is an or. So it's these two or this one where no population size has been captured. So it must be empty. Let's just run to our data sheet view. Oh, I can see some empty ones right there. And I think that maybe a lot of them, it's just that now we already have those criteria that are there on our design view. Those ones. So it's filtering the other information out. Okay, let's just proceed. Let's see what can we type in here on the criteria. Is it a greater than, less than, or do we just leave it empty like this? What do we do to make sure that all those empty spaces right on population are also included? The correct way to go about it, or the right way to go about it, is to type is null. This also indicates that it is empty. So if it is empty, if there are no records right there, it will also be included. So this is null, not equals to, or all those things, or greater than null, less than null. No, is null. So I'll just run. Okay, let's see. Now it's showing that. Why is it showing that? Why is it showing that? If you got this one, then you are really a star and you are going to get those distinctions in that exam. Listen, the main reason why we're getting that wrong is because we typed it on the criteria right there, and on our instructions they said what? Or. If you got this one, you are going to destroy that exam. You are going to destroy it. Let me just make sure that I fix that. So I'll remove this from here and then put it right there, because they said or. Remember, when you put it next to those criteria right there, it will be like an end. That's why we had that information right there. So let's run and see maybe if we are still on the right track. Let's see. Boom. And that's how you go about it, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'll have all this information right here, including those empty spaces right there. So it's that condition right there on the criteria. It's going to be endangered and less than or equals to 19, or it is empty inside those cells, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. And we have all those marks for our 5.4. Hope you're enjoying this session, guys. I hope you are. So we started that one. What else is there? Is there anything that is missing? Nope. So now we have to move to 5.5. Let me just close right here. Yes, save my work. Now let's go back to our questions. 5.5, create a query named, oh, we're creating one now. Okay, it's about to get interesting. Named what? Query 5_5, and always make sure that you name it like that, so that it's easier also for the markers. Now if you name it as something else, they can just leave it like that and you will lose those marks. Based on the table animals in design view as follows: we must display the average lifespan of animals according to the group. Okay, so for lifespan, I think we must do some calculation like AVG for average, something like that. We'll see as we proceed. Format your results to display with 1 decimal place. Okay, let's get to it. I think on all the question papers that we've been doing, I think this has always been there. So in your exam, make sure that you know how to apply such things, or how to deal with such questions. So let's go to our design view. We must create a query now based on that table animals, this one. So how can you go about it? At the top right there, you locate the create tab, and you will see you have query wizard, you have design query. You can choose any. You can go with the query design or query wizard. Let me just show you with the query wizard. I'll click right there at the top and then select the simple query wizard, proceed, and then the set for the table animals, TBL animals right there, it's at the top. I can still choose, so I'll select TBL animals, and then they said which fields must I include right there. Let's just go back to confirm. Lifespan of animals according to their group. So I think it's 2 of them here. Are we dealing with 2 things? I would like to believe so, because I see lifespan of animals and group. So we have those 2. Let's get down to it and see. Lifespan, oh, we have lifespan right there. Move it, and then group, we can also move it like that. Okay, but we'll sort it out after. Some would go with this. Let's just undo. Some would say no, let's start with the group and then come with the lifespan right there, because they said the average must be somewhere around the lifespan. let's just refer. They said what the average lifespan, so we are going to apply the average on the lifespan field, so it would make sense if it was in front. So let's just do that right here, and then I'll say next. What else is needed there? Let's see. There's nothing that we can change. The name, let's just make sure they say the name query 5 underscore 5. Let's apply that. Let's not name it as something else. Let's just say this is now our query 5 underscore 5, just like that, and then we finish it. And then there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to our design view and see what's happening there. Oh, we have that. Now we have the group right there on the left, and then the lifespan on the right. Now you can also move them from here if maybe they were mixed up. If it was like this, you can just move it to make sure that the lifespan displays on the other hand right there. So lifespan now would be here, but it would make more sense if it was on the right side right there. So let's just move it to that side, just like that, and then let's save. Go back to our instructions. So they said we must do that, and then make sure that we have the average lifespan. We must display the average lifespan of animals according to their group. How can we go about that one? I like to outline that most learners tend to confuse this with the calculated field. So please don't do or make that mistake. Always try to analyze or observe. If they're talking about the groupings, you must always refer to your totals right there at the top. At the top, you'll find something that says totals, that you have to switch it on. The moment you switch it on, you'll see you have the totals row right there. And they said we must make sure that we display the lifespan. We are grouping them in the average, so we are going to select average right there on group bar. For the group, I believe it's supposed to stay like that. Yes, so it's just supposed to be like that for the group field. And then the lifespan, it's supposed to be AVG to make sure that it displays properly. Let's just run. There we go. And from your Excel spreadsheet, when the moment you see this hash, you know that you must make sure that the size is proper right there. So we sort it out just like that. But they mentioned something about 1 decimal. Let's just confirm. So we did that. We applied the average lifespan of animals according to their group. We did that. So we must format the results now to display with 1 decimal place. Okay. Let's try that one. So we'll go back to our design view. How can we sort out the decimal right here? How can we go about it? Now I'll just click right there on my lifespan field, and then locate at the top where it says property sheet, or I can just right click right there and then go to property sheet at the bottom, and then I'll have all these things right here. And as I'm still here, you can see that I have format, and then I have decimals. Let's see. Let's just try to change it to 1 decimal. Do you think it will work? Let's see. Let's save and then run back. Oh no, we said 1, but still it's not working. What's happening? What's wrong? Remember, you must always switch it to fixed to make sure that it is fixed right there, because when it's like that, it won't work. You must just change it to fixed. That's the most appropriate one. So we'll just change it to fixed, save, and then run. Let's see if this one will work. If it doesn't work, I'm ending the session. I'm ending it. Oh, it worked. We're on the right track, so we're proceeding, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. So I'm just going to save this, and then let's see what else is there. So we got 5 marks just for that. You gotta be kidding me. 5 marks for that? Okay, wow. I think I enjoyed doing that. Let's proceed. 5.6. Let's close this one. 5.6. Still we are creating again. So we create a report named report 5_6 based on the table animals table to display as follows. Okay. And note. Okay, we have just before we can read the notes, let's observe. We have a picture right there. Is this the grouping? Oh no, I don't think it's the grouping. There's no grouping here. Let's check the sorting. These are the basic things that we must check on our reports before you can even attempt to do anything. So we are checking if we're grouping or sorting. Any calculations that are here, I don't see any. So I just see the image. Oh no, it's that. We'll see what's happening here. And then note, use the 5Zoo logo image. Okay, the border of the group field. Okay, so that is the border right there. Okay, so they are just indicating to us that the border appears right here. Let's see if it won't appear when we complete this. So let's go back. So we are going to our create tab still, and make sure that we go to form wizard. We have form report wizard. Remember, it's a report, not a form. Confirm the table we are referring to, its TBL animals. So I'll just go to our report wizard, and then right there they said we must indicate or include fields. Let's go back. Did they even outline them? No, we just see that we have animal origin, status, behavior, and then what does here, adapt. Okay, is it just those? Let's confirm. Let's just go. So I'll say animal field, the origin, if I can still remember properly. Let's see. And then we have the status. We also have the population. No, I don't think population is that. I think I remember the behavior, and then the adapt. And then just like that, let's see, is that all? But what is this? Let's see. I think this one has to do with the let's see, we have adapt, behavior, status, origin, animal. Let's see, we also have that one. Let's just confirm. I think that's the group. I think that's the grouping one. Remember, we had the group in the tables right there, no? So I think that is group. I think we also have to add this one. Remember the previous thing that we were doing right there? There was something that had to do with the grouping. So I think that's grouping. Let's just click on next. We'll confirm. And then do you want to add any grouping levels? Do we have groupings? I didn't see any groupings when we were analyzing that, when we were observing that or evaluating it. There was nothing. So let's just move. Let's see. Sorting, we checked. You remember we checked, but there was nothing. Oh, nothing about the sorting. So we move. It's proper. So now here, let's see, we have tabular, we have justified. Let's confirm which one is proper here. Okay, so this one has those headings right there. Let's check. No, they're not up here, man. They're on the side. They're on the side. Those are labels. Let's see. So which one can we go for? Oh, I think they're the columnar right there, because I can see they are here. Let's go with the columnar. And then did they mention anything about the title of the report? Named okay, so it's going to be RPT 5_6. Let's go. So we're going to make sure that we type that RPT 5_6, and then is it just that? What else is missing there? And then let's proceed. We'll just click on finish. Let's see. Oh my god, what is happening? I think the computer is still thinking. Oh, boom, there we go. We have that. That looks proper. It looks proper, but I think a lot is still missing. Let's see. And yeah, we were right with the group right there, because you can see there's carnivore right there. Let's just go back to our design view. Let's play around with this. Let's see how we can sort it out. Let's see now. I think the first thing that we have to do right there is to make sure that we move this, since this was the main thing that we're focusing on, this part. I think they just moved it to right there, so we can just apply that. Let's just try to move it, or we just remove this first. Let's remove the label, There's no label right there. I don't think they included a label. No, there was no label right there. So I'll just add the group right there. Let's just confirm before we proceed. Okay, yeah, we are on the right track. Let's see. Then I'll go back to design view, and there was an image thing that was the. Should we just add the image straight away? I think let's go for the image now. Let's add the image. How can I add the image? I'll just click right there, anywhere right there, and then go to insert image. Do I even have the image here? Let's confirm. No, I don't. Let me just see. Oh my god, where do I have the? Let's see. Maybe I have the image somewhere around. Let's see. Oh, there's the image, the 5Zoo logo. I think this is the one that they wanted. Let's see. Let's just confirm. Yes, that's the one. Let me just confirm right there. Yes, that's the picture that they wanted. So it's right there. I'll just make sure that I try to just enlarge it a bit. So we have that image right there. Let's see what else is missing. We did most of the things. So let's go to our report. Oh, let's just confirm right there. We can see that it's right under there. We can just make sure that maybe we displayed properly in a proper way. So we can just try maybe to let's just work on this box to make sure that we display it properly. So I'll just work on this to make sure that at least they fit in a proper way there. Let's see, maybe that one will be much better. Let's go to the report view. Okay, it's displayed properly right there. I wonder if it's going to be proper even when we add the text box, but we'll sort it. Let's just see. We can do that also, but I don't think that really would be a problem. So let's just leave it like that. Let's leave it like that, and then let's go back to our report view. Even if it's like that, let's leave it like that. So now at least you know how to move around with it. So let's proceed. What's the other thing that would be missing right there? I think the text box. Is it just the text box? Let's see. We have the image. We moved that to the. What else is there? So let's just deal with the text box. How can we change or make sure that there's a text box around this? Can we click on text box? Let's go to format. Let's see. Can we the borders, anything about the borders right there, shape fill? No, this has nothing to do with all those. So all we have to do is just to click on it and then locate your property sheet. If it's not displayed, let's say it was not here, make sure that you just right click on it and then go to properties at the bottom. You will see now you have all those formatting options. Let's see, we want border. Oh, I see border style, and there's right there it's saying it's transparent. Which one can dashes dots? Let's see. I think we can go for solid. That's the proper one, I think. So let's go for solid and see if it works. So I'll save solid and then go to my report view, and then boom, I have it right there. Let's see, I have it right there. And then boom, I have it right there, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. So you can just play around with it if you want to make sure that it fits properly and all those. Let's see. Let's confirm. We have those names right there, Carnivore, and then we have herbivore right there. We have Carnivore, and then we have herbivore right there. Oh, I think we are done, ladies and gentlemen. Are we? Oh, was it that simple? Oh no, I think we are really done. Oh, it's so sad. I wanted to keep on teaching, presenting, making sure that I answer these questions for these people. You know what? I'll find other questions and you can send those questions to me if you have them. Make sure that I deal with them, because no question formed against us shall prosper. Proper, ladies and gentlemen. Till we meet again next time.